Personality Shaping Through Positive Disintegration by Kazimierz Dąbrowski. Preface. Personality is not a ready gift but an achievement. This achievement is a very difficult, even painful process. The aim of this book is to describe and to discuss this process. Our personality is shaped throughout our lives. Our inborn characteristics constitute the basis determining our potential for inner growth. The shaping of personality occurs under the influence of various external milieus. However, it is in the inner psychic milieu that the formative process takes place. The role of the inner psychic milieu is most significant in the accelerated development of psychically richer and more creative individuals. This means that our personality cannot be created or shaped by some external influence or process without our inner participation. Such involvement is most clearly seen in the development of higher levels of personality. For this to happen, we have to have an enhanced awareness, a sense of autonomy, and authenticity of our own self. It will be shown in this work on the basis of the author's clinical experience and research that certain psychic elements, such as various forms of overexcitability, germinal elements of the inner milieu or nuclei of creative abilities, are essential for the formative process leading to the achievement of personality and must come with hereditary endowment. It is usually emphasized that the most important period determining the shape of personality is the period when the infant, quote, tries his own forces against the outer environment. However, one must realize that a period even more important than that of early infancy is the period of awakening that brings about the development of the inner psychic milieu and its main dynamisms. Conflicts play an extremely important role in the development of personality. Of all the types of conflicts, the inner conflict is particularly significant. The same can be said about nervousness and psychoneurosis. Without the disturbance and disequilibrium brought about by nervousness and psychoneurosis, the process of personality development cannot be realized. This is because the dynamisms active in these departures from psychic equilibrium also contain the primary elements of creative development. The author's basic thesis can be stated as follows. Personality development, especially accelerated development, cannot be realized without manifest nervousness and psychoneurosis. It is in this way that such experiences as inner conflict, sadness, anxiety, obsession, depression, and psychic tension all cooperate in the promotion of humanistic development. Those especially trying moments of life are indispensable for the shaping of personality. An effort to overcome and transform psychoneurotic dynamisms reveals the action of self-directing and self-determining dynamisms that make auto-psychotherapy possible and successful. The difficult moments that promote personality growth generate psychic tension. We cannot, however, advise one to seek liberation from psychic tension, since this very tension is absolutely necessary for creative development. Neither can we advise certain forms of treatment of nervousness and psychoneuroses that aim at ridding the individual of the so-called pathological dynamisms. In our opinion, most of these dynamisms are not pathological but are developmental and creative. we should rather recommend a very early and repeatedly performed multidimensional diagnosis of the developmental potential of a given individual. Only in this way can one help in the development of personality, not by treatment, but by explanation and awareness of the inevitable stages of growth. One must clearly understand that for an individual and for the society he belongs to, only such development is positive which takes into account the creative aspects of the difficulties of everyday life, pain, dissatisfaction, and discontinuities in the superficially desirable, uniform process of growing up. In our view, personality is the ultimate goal of individual development. Such development occurs through the process of positive disintegration. It is at the same time the result of such disintegration. Personality shaping through positive disintegration is intended for readers with a synthetic approach to the humanistic development of man and society. The author hopes that through this book, psychologists, educators, social workers, and physicians active in the field of human development who find around them and in themselves symptoms of positive maladjustment will be aided in their work and personal striving toward higher values. Kazimierz, Dąbrowski, Edmonton, Canada.